One of the things that I'm continually impressed by is how often in our press, every day, the Wall Street Journal, I have it, today's paper right here, there are stories which dramatically demonstrate points of the co-roundtable, aspects of moral capitalism, good and bad. But it leads to the very strong conviction that these aspects of capitalism, good and bad, and moral capitalism and brute capitalism are real in the world. They're happening around us all the time. It's not an academic exercise to think about corporate social responsibility, to think about sustainable development, because you can do it, but many people don't do it. In today's paper, there's a sort of, again, an interesting example of something's going on that raises these deep issues about our system. So Goldman Sachs, the great Wall Street firm, which was very much involved in the run-up to the collapse of credit markets through subprime mortgages and overlending and overhyping of their valuation prior to 2008. And Goldman is now entering into a contract with Fidelity Investments. So Goldman has money and they want to loan it out. Because they loan it out, they can make interest. And Fidelity has access to people with stocks. They own stocks. Fidelity has some 3,850 wealth managers who have clients, and their clients have a lot of stocks. So under this contract, under this deal, Goldman has access to the Fidelity clients who can then apply through an internet platform to Goldman to borrow money from $75,000 to $25 million, and they pledge their stocks as security for the repayment of the loan. So immediately this only really helps people who have stocks worth $75,000 to $25 million or more, because you might have to, for a $75,000 loan, how much collateral do you have to put up? Goldman will determine that, but you probably have to put up maybe more than $75,000 by some in order to secure the loan. Maybe you could do a little less depending on your net worth. What this means is more credit is going out to these wealthy people, more liquidity. And what we learned prior to 2008, as we learned in the dot-com business, as we learned in all these great crashes, going back to the tulip mania, the 1620s, is that credit and debt, shadow banking so to speak, happens before you have an asset bubble and then you have a collapse of financial markets. So Goldman is actually not necessarily being that prudent or reasonable in putting out cash, which is going to be used for what? My speculation is that wealthy people who have securities who are borrowing cash are probably going to use a lot of it to invest in the market. They'll use it to leverage more of their own equity to buy more stocks, which will contribute to rising asset prices for stocks and derivatives and all kinds of things, real estate, high-priced items of art. So the question again here is the financial system that we've evolved today, through the profit-seeking mechanisms of firms like Goldman Sachs and Fidelity, helping the broad base of the economy, the middle class, creating real jobs, generating real goods and services? That's a big question mark. And if we don't know the answer immediately, we should probably try to find it.